I've been trying to make this like mage style transmog for these cash shop chain blades, and I think I just about nailed it. What's going on, everybody? It's Rev. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Dauntless. In today's video, we're going to be using the Weeping Hours in a wound style build and doing some Umbral Escalation with them. Umbral Escalation does focus around wounds, so I'm really excited to see kind of how wounding Chainblades works in a wounding escalation, more or less. And let's just go ahead and get right into the build. The build is not too terribly different, but we do have the Weeping Hours. I'm loving the way these Chainblades look. We got Overpower in both prismatic sockets, Reaper's Dance, Hurricane Blades, and Fangs of Dawn for a chance to hit twice, as well as +3 Cunning. We're using the Revenant Omnicell. We've been using Revenant for quite some time now, but it couples well with the Scar's Defiance, as it keeps us alive while with a shield, while the Revenant kind of takes away our life, but we get some extra damage there, so we take those. We have the Dark Watch, which gives us the Cunning +6, and as well as a Berserker 3-cell inside that is unlocked through trials. We have the Quill Spike Jacket, which gives us +6 Savagery. So we'll get, how much does Savagery give these days? 100% damage versus wounded parts. Very strong, very strong. We got +6 Predator in the Malkarian Gloves, and we have Savit's Boots with Assassin's Frenzy +3 and Recycle. So attacking those wounded parts repeatedly is kind of the name of the game right now. That clipping is gonna drive me crazy, dude. So anyways, the Chainblades refresh, let's talk about it a little bit. With the Chainblades, you sacrifice the chain attacks, which honestly back in the day did like little to no damage. And now you have a combo that is a little bit slower, but it causes wound damage. That second attack, the spin, the 360 spin, it's a little slow. And honestly, it's probably my least favorite attack of the Chainblades refresh. However, you get to wound now, and that makes this build possible. Gonna continuously attack the wounded head. I should probably... Okay, well, that was easy. But I probably should have used Revenant off rip. I just want to take a time to appreciate the way these Chainblades look when you're in like a separate form. They look really good. And I honestly really like how flowy the bottom of that armor is. But yeah, the clipping on the little tassel things are awful, dude. Please fix those. Oh, we got Surgical Precision, dude. This is the one. Grants a 1% damage buff for the remainder of the run when a wounded part is broken. Gain an additional 1% for every break player. Gain an additional 1% each break for every player that has Surgical Precision. So we obviously aren't playing with anyone, but we're gonna... That's kind of the one that I was... That's like the crux of... getting a wound build going in this sort of run. Granted, everything's going to be kind of dying a little bit quick, but that kind of brings up the question is like, when is wounding good? And typically behemoths that stay still for a really long time or like get interrupted easily, like Embermane, wounds will be good. We already have a wound. I'm getting harassed by Shrike, but it's already half dead, and I haven't even used Revenant yet, right? It's gonna enrage. I'm just gonna throw this out there for funsies. Pop the Revenant. Maybe it dies. Maybe it doesn't. But we got the kill already. But there are behemoths where you wouldn't really want to run wounding. For sure. I'm thinking behemoths like Savit or Phalanx, things that are like highly mobile. You wouldn't really want to run it just because it's hard to get a wound on those behemoths, especially like you have to kind of ramp into the Chainblades like wounding playstyle, because when you get Aether Rush, you get increased stamina, depletion, or reduced stamina depletion, as well as you get the attack speed. And so when you have that attack speed, you can obviously wound faster. And like I mentioned before, this combo's a little slow. This is no additional perks to the attack speed. It takes a little bit more, especially that second attack. And so when you get a little bit more ramped, you break apart and you get a wound, you're getting 2 separate instances of attack speed. And then you can start utilizing your like spinning blades and just start going to town on the wound that you've created. That was so ambiguous. I have no idea how it hit me. Very cringe, very cringe. I'm gonna try to just get a wound here. I don't want to use my Reaper's Dance stacks because I want to like Drask has like big enough, bruh. Drask has like a big enough of a face hitbox where I can definitely land a Reaper's Dance on a wounded part and just kind of see how that goes. Okay, I should be able to get it here, right? Okay, here we go. Big dam, hopefully. 30k, or well, close to 30k at least. 28,000, not bad. Pop this, probably kill it. I'm just gonna lean into it. Not really focusing on wounds. Get me out of here, dude. I knew it was one hit from death, dude. I knew it was one hit. That's why I was trying to chain it while I was getting zucked away. I was getting trolled, like. I wonder if that happens in like the trial version of that. You just get like pulled away entirely. You're just like, yep, this is my life now. I'm gonna do avatar corruption just in case there's some nonsense going on. It would be nice if I got the tough hide. Like tough hide is obviously really good for if there's ever a modifier with tough hide in the trials. Wounds are typically pretty good there. Yeah, I mean, overall, it's just an alternative playstyle that has been amplified like tenfold for the Chainblades, because the Chainblades could not wound, even with like, it wasn't acidic, but I forget what the other one was called. But it was basically like on hit, you got like a flat amount of wound damage. And as you can see, the wound damage on the screen is much better if you remember those days. Already got the wound. It was like a question if you would be able to get one wound previously. I'm gonna see if this lands. It does. Not bad. 11,000, no crit. Dash up, pop the Revenant. Try and focus that wound as much as possible for the savagery. Build some stacks here. That's kind of the nice thing about spinning blades, is when you have stacks, it obviously works with your wounding attacks, so you're gonna get more wound damage. Just crit for 2k wound damage there, not bad. It is so obnoxious dealing with spitters and these behemoths. I'm just gonna kill the Nasher. I should have done this before. I've never seen it run twice like that. Wonder if that's intended. No, come back. All right, this thing's gonna die. Imagine dying to a meatball. Couldn't be me. But is wounding something that you should be running at all times? Probably not. Is it a fun alternative to play the Chainblades? I would say so. When you have enough attack speed to kind of counteract the nonsense of the combo entirely, I think it's pretty good. It's nice to see the big numbers, like 100%. Like savagery is the biggest like damage buff that you can get. It's not the most practical, but 100% extra damage is a lot. It's always a lot, and it will never not be a lot. So take that with a grain of salt, you know. Take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Try this stuff for yourself. I'm using the Chronovore like a radiant sort of style build. You can use whatever Chainblades you want, but you just gotta, I'm gonna do exposed weakness just to keep the theme here. We got the legendary one, but I'm not playing into shields right now, so you know, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and take on Thrax. We're gonna try and get as many wounds as possible. I only got 3 stacks of surgical precision, which is kind of meh, honestly. I think it's better off in a party, so maybe that's like a little bit of a bust. In terms of like the escalation itself, maybe it would be a bit better on Frost Escalation. You'd probably get a lot of mileage out of using like Torgadoro wound build as well. There's one. I'm gonna try to get another. I think the head is like pretty close to being wounded as well. There it is. Get an interrupt here, hopefully. Come on, Thrax. Come on. Simple enough. $22,000 there. I couldn't have popped that Revenant at a worse time, I don't think. Trying to eat me. Don't appreciate that. Oh, killed him before he ran off. Nice. Not bad, not bad. I don't feel like I broke as many parts as I could have. Only got 2 wounds there. Got him at the very beginning. Thrax kind of moves around a lot, so it's hard to wound him, though. Thinking about it. Maybe Umbral Escalation wasn't the best choice, even though it does play... It's probably a little bit more tailored to the Warpike, I would imagine. Wounding is just kind of better on the Warpike anyway. But... overall, obviously had some big hits, had some decent wounds, was able to build them up. You know, it's kind of nice. There's like a level of flexibility, right? Like, because there are wounding bounties that you could get, and the Chainblades kind of has the unfair advantage of just kind of not needing to worry about, oh, what kind of build am I running for these bounties? You just kind of run what you know, the element that you need, and you could just get some wound damage in, you know? So I think that is an added bonus. And overall, it's a little bit of a niche build, but it's still like a fun alternative playstyle. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A little bit of a showcase on a build that is a little bit unorthodox, but still very useful in the grand scheme. That clipping on those tassels, dude, they're so bad. Anyway, you guys have a good one. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave it a like. I'll see you all very soon. Thank you so much for watching again, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out. Chainblades coming up.